Florida has a long history of mortgage fraud. It's been around since the turn of the 20th century, when con men sold swampland to unsuspecting Northerners. Today, Florida still leads the nation in mortgage fraud, despite the slower home sales and tougher standards for mortgages. With foreclosures becoming more common, illegal activity and fraud is now spreading into that area.
The schemes that are out there now that the consumers need to be aware of are those like the foreclosure rescue schemes, where if you're in default on your loan, people come in and try to save you from foreclosure, try to save your credit. That's not going to happen. Those people you have to be very careful of.
Doug Pollock has investigated hundreds of mortgage fraud cases in his career. He and other experts agree that the best way to protect yourself in a major financial agreement such as a home purchase is to get good advice from well-known resources.
The number one thing is to be knowledgeable. There's greedy people out there that are trying to scam people, and you just have to know who you're dealing with and be able to report it if you see it.
Thanks to a new state law that takes effect October 1st, mortgage fraud of more than $100,000 will be a second-degree felony, and law enforcement will be required to report any fraud cases to county property assessors, so the appraisal of the affected home can be adjusted to account for the fraud.
We have had a lot of fraud committed over the last 10 years or so. It's time for Florida to step up to the plate and take mortgage fraud seriously. I think it's going to be very helpful. It's going to frighten some people out of the business.
Despite the chance of fraud, these are great times to be a home buyer. But industry experts agree that consumers must always be on the lookout for fraud.
If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. There is no free lunch. If someone's giving you something in exchange for your getting into this transaction that seems the least bit out of the norm, you want to check it out with your real estate attorney.
This is Mark Edwards reporting.